you mentioned the number one pick, right? All signs point to Fernando Mendoza. Right?
Yes.
What would the Raiders be getting with Fernando?
I believe a franchise quarterback. He's a little quirky, and his interviews are sort of like It's really interesting. He talks like Kirk Cousins, like times 10. Everybody loves the player. And I think, and I've met a bunch of people from Cal who've known him extremely well. Not as much from Indiana, but from Cal where he came from. He cares about it so much. And, if you're a starting quarterback, if you're a franchise quarterback, you could be a leader or not. Some are, some aren't. It's whatever. Leading by example is fine. But, God, you got to just love it. It's got to be your life.
Right.
And I think if you are a Raiders fan, however good Fernando Mendoza is at the beginning, and, it's going to be up and down. I mean, Cam Ward has a hugely high ceiling, and he struggled his first year. It might be tough. But, God, you got to get someone who just wants to win and be good so badly. And I think that's what the Raiders will be getting.
Loving football, I'm glad you brought that up, Ian, because that was the one thing that was so eye-opening to me when I got drafted by the Raiders, and the understanding that it's an absolute business. We're no longer playing, like in college, you're playing for the love of the game. You get adoration left and right, and now you have to understand it's a business, and if you don't fall in love with the process, you got no shot.
Right. I mean, it's the same as anything else. If you don't like to practice, you are not going to like it.
Right.
It's like any of our jobs. It's like,
of course.
My job is not all putting on makeup and jumping on TV and breaking news. There's a lot of stuff that is not that fun.
Yeah.
And I like all of it. And that's what it has to be. And it's for players, you have to like the 6 a.m. weight room sessions just as much as you like running out of the tunnel on game day. And from the people I've spoken with, Fernando Mendoza likes all of it.
Ian Rapoport is with us here, Raider Nation Radio 920 and Necessary Roughness. So with the Fernando Mendoza most likely going to be the number one overall pick for the Raiders, what do you think about that pairing with Clint Kubiak, who we all expect will be the head coach once the Super Bowl wraps up?
Yeah, I liked it. Clint's interesting because he is not a fiery head coach. Now, he's got some edge to him. A lot of the discourse is he's a quiet guy. He is, but he can get a little fiery too. There's definitely that to him. But, he's really good at explaining football and teaching football. And when he's got a couple players, doesn't need a ton, when he's got a couple players, he can be an absolutely electric offensive coordinator. So I think for the Raiders, the head coach part of it, you're not going to know until someone gets in the building.
Right.
But he is an excellent designer of football plays and caller of football plays. And, that part of it, I think he's going to be really good.
How challenging do you think it'll be for him to put together a staff since it's so late in the ball game?
Well, I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Because my guess is he brings a coordinator that knows him well. So, and there's a couple on Seattle staff.
Yeah.
Andrew Janocko, there's Jake Peets. One of those guys as an offensive coordinator would make sense. Defense, I mean, is he going to get the first choice of defensive coordinator? No. There's still some very good guys out there that he could get. So, not the easiest. But it's his fault for being in the Super Bowl. So
right, I think he'll take that. He will have no problem with that. You mentioned defensive coordinators. We know Jim Schwartz is obviously still under contract with Cleveland, not 100% happy with the situation that happened where he didn't get the head coaching job. Is there a path for him out of Cleveland, and could the Raiders be a place he lands?
If he gets out of Cleveland, the Raiders could be a place he lands. I don't know if it's going to happen.
Okay.
It's a little murky. As far as I can tell, Cleveland has not said, go do your thing. They signed him to a big contract. He's one of the highest paid coordinators in the NFL. As far as I can tell, they are sticking with him.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, till the end of time, he could always retire and not take any money.
Yeah.
But if he became available, my guess is he'd be at the top of the list.
The tight end room for the Raiders is probably the strongest position group that they have.
Probably right.
Clint Kubiak is known, and the Kubiak kind of tree, right, is known for utilizing their tight ends. How do they scheme them up so well to always have tight ends have success?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Clint Kubiak, this was interesting because, he definitely chose the Raiders. I think he had a real good shot at Arizona, too. Chose the Raiders for a lot of reasons. It's the Raiders. The weapons are really fun. And so, specifically scheming tight ends open, that's not really my jam. But I know this. He's excited about the talent. I mean, Brock Bowers is so special. I mean, just like hard to really explain. Like, he is really special. And I'm sure he was very excited about the news about his new head coach.
I'm sure. I'm sure he is. I'm sure guys like Ashton Genty, Big Mike, and others should be, based off what we've seen.
New offensive line coach will probably help as well.
Yes, you think? And some offensive linemen will help.
I mean, you'll be amazed how much better the current offensive lineman will be with a better offensive line coach.
There you go. I'm not mad at that at all. Well, Rap Sheet, we'll close out with this. It's fantastic as always. Going back to Maxx real quick, has there been rumblings since, the Raiders shut him down a couple games before the season got wrapped up and he got mad, obviously went home? Has there been rumblings and kind of a feeling, a sense around the league that he might want out?
There's been questions.
Okay.
People have asked me about it. But, it's interesting because Maxx is very outspoken.
Yeah.
And he hasn't said, he's got plenty of platforms, and he hasn't said it. So my guess is people are waiting to see, what does he really want? Until a couple days ago, he didn't even know who his coach is. So it's
right.
I want out, and then they hire a coach you like, and it's okay, now I don't want out. So, it's okay to let it develop a little bit,
Yeah, I feel like this is TBD for a while. This story has got a lot.
Probably right.
Got a lot.
That's good. Give you guys something to talk about.
Yeah, we don't always have something. So I know you got a lot cooking with the NFL Network. Obviously, coverage of the big game. What all are you guys up to?
We got all sorts of stuff. We got our set over there for Super Bowl Live. We got Good Morning Football here. We got the Insiders, my show. It's 4 o'clock local time. We got 8.5 hours of game day morning on Sunday. It's going to be great. I cannot wait.
There you go.
Cannot wait.
Appreciate you, Ian.
Get your energy up. We definitely appreciate you.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.